All right, we return to WCE for a review on this match between James Marshall and Jonathan Pierce for the Interstate Championship here in Wisconsin at their Ring of Destruction event. This being a wonderfully put together program. I love the editing and the graphics on this, of course. They always deliver. It was Jonathan Pierce. Again, look at the graphic work here. Fantastic. Love the hard cam right here. They have a beautiful hard cam set up. I like it. And not every match has to start off with a tie-up, especially not these kinds of contests. I like how they went for a tie-up and immediately started exchanging strikes. Kicks him out of the ring, and we go straight to the canes. And I do love a good cane duel. I wish I'd have had done more of this during my run in backyard wrestling. I would say a little bit better timing on these for better connection, or maybe a little bit more choreography on the swings, but still very exciting opening to this bout and great contact on these strikes. I especially like that last one. That was really good. There's Jonathan Pierce coming in for a beautiful contact on that clothesline, the turnbuckle there. And there's some stomps. I would sink them in a little bit more. We come in for a double knee strike, almost like a tea bag. Gotta be careful of that. Look at that beautiful face wash right there. So far, so good. The beginning of these kinds of matches need to start off in a house of fire. These guys do not disappoint on contact and physicality as far as like that. They are fearless in taking bumps, and you'll see that as this contest continues here. And yeah, I mean the scores are always high when it comes to contact and trust here. Just solid chop there by Jonathan Pierce as the punishment continues on James Marshall. We're going to go for a beautiful post on this vertical suplex, textbook execution there. Very nicely sold. Goes to the cover immediately, as one should. Gets the kick out. Very nicely done there. And I love the follow-up with that nice little roundhouse on the, almost like the Snake Plissken from Escape from New York strike during that match. Beautiful flipping leg drop. The connection was good for what it was. That actually surprised me that James went for that. Very, very surprising. But it was good. We go for a sleep roll here. And here's a problem I have with people, in holds. Don't just release the hold. Have a reason for releasing the hold. An eye rake or something. I mean, he should still have enough fight in him to do that. I would certainly not just have a hold release. Again, more solid cane shots, and we have the classic cane choke. Not overused. I mean, it's just standard fare. Here, I don't know. I would have either worked into a vertical base or had a strike that caused the break on the hold there. Just for storytelling wise, beautiful contact on that forearm to the back of the head. This plank shot is just gorgeous. Love the hit there. Beautiful break there. And we have a door set up in the turnbuckle there. Check this out. Very nicely done. I'm usually heated when someone executes a spear in these matches, but that was absolutely spectacular. You rarely get good breaks like that. That was a very good break on that door. Usually they fold or something, but that one just exploded apart. I like it. We have the proverbial cymbals to the head, and James does a good sell there. I love that sell at the racket. Jim Cornette's smiling on that one. Little racket burned the skull right there. Look at this right here. And a follow-up with kick to can. I thought that could have been a little bit harder. These shots are okay, but then that last one, God, that was awful. This, I've often wondered if this is overused, but I would have deducted for this, but the contact on these slaps is just wonderful. I couldn't ask for better. That was just great contact. The chair shots, just spectacular contact again. I don't know who invented the whole sitting in the chair and exchanging blows. I'm not sure it was something from Big Japan or whether the Necro Butcher came up with it or maybe Mickey Knuckles. I can't remember, but somebody tell me. I don't recall. When executing headbutts, aim for the hair. Just don't aim for your hand. It's too visible on today's cameras. You're not going to get away with it. And please, when you have to communicate,
go to replay.
Sorry. So as we continue, check out the great contact on these cells by Jonathan Pierce. So many people like cop out on this, on doing the head bump sells, the face bumps. But when you do it right, it looks spectacular. And that was a great chair shot, by the way. We have the splinter-tipped cane of sorts, often used barbecue bug repellent sticks and things like that. I love the look of it, and beautifully timed low blow there. You couldn't ask for better. And watch this. That looked picture perfect. That DDT was spectacular, followed up by a devastating vertical slam right through the trash can for the cover. And the only criticism I had, that count needed to be a lot closer. That should have been a 2.9. Beautiful contact on that forearm strike right there. I love it. Fantastic. Look at this. Goes to the cover. And again, I say, that should have been right at the wire. Also, Jonathan should have just collapsed the direction he was going. It doesn't make any sense for him to go the opposite direction on that. You were hit in the temple. Again, just beautiful contact on these. Look at that title shot in the back of the head. That was fantastic. Goes for the crab setup. Great little touch, adding those stomps to the back of the head. Too bad you lost your footing there, but it still works out pretty well. It sells the fatigue, and there's it's not egregious to have a loss of footing there. Fantastic setup with a finish. We're going to have a count out here. Referee's going to call for the bell. And I definitely want to take this opportunity to thank Jonathan Pierce for his service to the yard and wish him all the best. So taking everything into account, the trust, the contact, the physicality, I'm at a 5.6. Not bad, guys. Fantastic. I just want to talk about this little segment before all hell breaks loose, where Craven Rage takes a devastating cane shot to the midsection, but is unaffected and continues to brawl as this brawl breaks out. Also, I get how fatigue would cause someone to be open for a kick to the groin like this and then a follow-up flatliner, but at the same time, I think selling the fatigue physically would have helped get that across. This match needed commentary. I want to thank everybody for watching. Please join my Patreon, and man, we got more coming up soon. And if you want to keep up with the aftermath as well as the latest in underground and backyard wrestling, tune in to SportsWire Radio's broadcast live on YouTube featuring the Reverend Tom Brice along with Taff Taylor. And check out the Nemesis Sessions as well, where you can catch all the exclusive interviews with all the wrestlers featured on the Copper Star Reviews. #AllWrestlingMatters.